That should say stop white girls 2000.
So am I. Who isn't? My favorite. It is day 2 of the NBA Combine live from Chicago inside of Quest Multi-Sports. 60 players invited. Drills, breaking up of positions. We're seeing a lot of size from the point guards. Great athleticism through the testing on day 2. It's about team interviews and all of the measurements. We have all the latest information and the latest rumors for next week's lottery. It's the NBA Draft Combine.
I don't really understand why they make the NBA draft combine something special. Like Kevin Durant can't bench 185. He's not going to be good.
Accomplishment for me.
What?
I always wanted to be an NBA player. Kevin Durant is clearly the MVP. Whatever team he goes to, he's going to really help them out instantaneously. Future ahead of him, and NBA scouts realize. Growing up as a kid, always been my dream playing the NBA. Day 2 of the NBA Draft Combine, a draft class we've been waiting for really since 2013's NBA Draft Combine. We are inside of Quest Multi-Sport here in Chicago, and we are finishing up our second day of coverage. 2 more hours to go on ESPN2. We get Chad Ford, 20 years of covering the draft. Tom Penn, front office background in the NBA. Fran Fraschilla has coached a lot of these kids, also coached in college and called a lot of the games, and the 2-time player of the year from Duke, Jay Williams. Andy Cassidy. I don't know what's going on with you guys today. I'm Ryan Fraschilla, but maybe that staff outing, that retreat we had last night is really, I don't know if it's more anxious, more anxiety, or just more camaraderie, because we're letting each other have it a little bit more today.
Team bonding. Thanks to come up, who's the best point guard in the draft? I look forward to that little debate.
Right. I don't even really know who's going to go one, but let's look at one of the point guards that everybody was focusing in on. Dante Exum in a moment, but day 2, the testing consists of the max vertical. You get a couple shots at that. The standing vert, which is generally about 5 inches less than the max vertical. NBA shuttle drill, the 3/4 court sprint, which is kind of like your 40-yard dash in the NFL Combine, although no one really seems to care about the numbers in this one nearly as much. And then the bench press. So we've seen the point guards and the shooting guards go through a little bit earlier today. The top 5 guys, though, according to Chad Ford on his latest big board rankings on ESPN.com, we have Andrew Wiggins not in attendance, Jabari Parker, Duke also not here, Joel Embiid from Kansas, but Exum has been the guy from Australia, the 6'6" point guard who lit it up at the Hoop Summit in 2013. We knew he was athletic.
They say this nigga is nice.
Skills weren't where you'd want, but a lot of the other ones, Chad, were really impressive.
Yeah, his maximum vertical of 34.5, it was good, it was solid, it wasn't elite. He had one of the very best lane agility scores, one of the very best 3/4 sprints, so he's got the speed and the lateral quickness, which are big things for a point guard.
Another one of the point guards that we want to get you caught up on from the Big 12 had a very impressive day with his numbers. Before we do that, as we mentioned,
Easy as drill.
2 days, and here is, before we go to Cats right now, here's Dante Exum going through his 3/4 court sprint there. Also the top 5 lane agility, and then
What's the point of doing this shit? If a nigga can play basketball, he can play basketball. What? You want to see how fast he can sprint down the court with no ball? That's not realistic.
So very impressive in that lane agility. The sprint was actually a faster time than Steph Curry, then Chris Paul. So some of the point guards that he
Who
been going up
cares?
against in the NBA. And as we mentioned just moments ago, Jerry West, the Golden State now Vandy Cats.
Hold on. So he's a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
His vert was 31. And then the max vert for basketball, you get like 3 steps. It's like you're running to dunk a ball.
Yeah.
It was 34 and a half. Niggas get that just standing still, just jumping straight up. My shit was 36 and a half. Just jumping straight up. Niggas jumping 42 in the NFL. Basketball niggas jumping 31. And they clapping like, ah, great number. What? Oh, it's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Teams really do homework. And certainly one of the things I think you want in the NBA today is character. I mean, it really does count. And obviously talent, if you're not talented enough, you're not going to make it in the league. But there's a place for a lot of different players in this league. Everyone's looking for a star player or somebody that will sell tickets. As this league has grown in total, you see a lot of parity. Out in the West, the teams are really good out there. The East teams are getting better. And hopefully this draft will make some of the teams that have miserable years give their fans something to be excited about and put them on the approach to winning games.
Golden State has hired a new coach, Steve Kerr. No coaching experience, obviously.
Wow. The Browns cut Greg Little because they signed Miles Austin and Earl Bennett from the Bears.
To hand the coaching reins to him.
Well, I really didn't participate that in that.
Crazy.
There's some people out there.
That shit crazy.
Attractive. Obviously, Steve's career has been with really good coaches. More importantly,
How long was Greg Little? Like fucking 5, 6 years?
enjoy playing with.
Yeah, he's in there for a minute. Came from UNC.
Mark did a terrific job. The players enjoyed playing with it for him. And tough to make changes. It really is. And you look at one of the things I think teams have done in this league. I think they're tired of recycling older coaches. I think what they're trying to do is every time you lose an older official, you've lost something special. And you need to replace him. So just as officials need replaces, coaches are the talent pool out there is not as deep as it used to be, and I think particularly coaches who've been around 4 or 5 teams, I think people would rather try something new, something refreshing, and give them a chance to look at a league that's immensely changed. This game has changed a lot, and coaches have changed it. The three-point line has changed it. We don't see very many back-to-the-basket centers all over our mid-post area centers. A lot more running, a lot more emphasis on free throw shooting team, and I think I saw a playoff game Atlanta shot 44 three-point shots, which is unheard of. So the game is designed for the fans, make it more fun, and you get some guys. We got a couple guys in our team that can really make threes. We have a fun team to watch, but we need other players, that's for sure, to go to another level.
Very quickly here, you have a couple high-profile openings, obviously New York and LA. How much should the star player be consulted in the coaching search?
Never. If you do that, for a franchise to do that, I think it tells you how much you rely on the player. It's a hard thing to do to select a coach. I've always said the most difficult thing to do is to select a coach that he really feels a good fit for a team. And if you have a team that's young and struggling, go out and hire a young coach so he can grow with them. And make a commitment to him and say, regardless of what our record is, we're going to keep you. But I think when a team is more along in terms of having some resources, it's really important to find a coach that ownership feels comfortable with, and more importantly, the players will feel comfortable with. But it's a process, and I think that's the most difficult thing for anyone with a good team is to hire the right coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, nice to talk to you.
Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks a lot, Andy. Andy finishing up there with Jerry West. Speaking of finishing up, the point guards, we're looking at DeAndre Kane out of Iowa State. He's getting ready to finish up his testing. But one guy that's worth mentioning, Marcus Smart of Oklahoma State. We saw him running just a moment ago on your screen. His jumping results weren't exactly through the roof, 36-inch max vert, but the lane agility is now 7th best overall for both point guards and shooting guards combined, Jack.
That's impressive when you look at his body type and how strong, physically strong he is. Usually you think about lane agility being the very thin, quicker guards. A 10.82 score is a terrific score. DeAndre Kane just got number 1 in the three-quarter sprint at 3.16 seconds as well. I think the big guy, though, has been Zach Levine, who has tested near the top in every single category. 41.5 max vert, had the fastest lane agility score at 10.42 seconds, and the second fastest three-quarter sprint at 3.19 seconds. Say what you want about him, he's a freak athlete.
I think the big thing here with Zach Levine is when you watched him during the UCLA season with guys like Jordan Adams and Kyle Anderson and the Ware twins, he had moments of brilliance and then other times where his performance was uneven. But going into he's got such upside because of the youth and because of the 6'6" frame and that elite athleticism that Chad's talking about, that I think he's a guy that is going to really intrigue people and start to move up.
Without question, this whole camp is made for a player like that to physically see how big he is, physically see how well he performs. Chad, those are sort of eye-popping results. I'm sitting here thinking, wow, when you're describing a 6'6", long, rangy point guard.
You're talking about a guy who's probably, given what we've seen, I know that there's still small forwards and power forwards. He's going to test out as the best athlete in this draft because it's very rare that a bigger player is going to be able to beat numbers like that.
You compound that with the fact that even in his workouts here, competing against other players, he's been doing exceptionally well. He's been blocking shots, he's been making shots, and he's been making plays.
Yeah,
He's showing you the ability to handle the basketball.
He's a guy with a profile coming into this, even though it was just an odd setup for him at UCLA. He's been out here competing for the entire 2 days of the combine. Looking at one of the other numbers here, we have Tyler Ennis from Syracuse. I know we haven't spent a lot of time on him today, but if you look at his jumping numbers, you know, he's at 36 max, 29 standing. The agility stuff is good. I think sometimes with the point guard, you're looking for somebody to completely shock you, whether it be a positive for Levine or on the other end, you're going, wow, some of these numbers have really tested out poorly. I want to go kind of down the line here. In 3 years, who will be the best point guard in this class?
Dante Exum.
If you're going to play Dante Exum at the point, I think it's Dante Exum.
Tom?
Yeah, I would